Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to cover how to remove the scientific notation or the exponents anytime you convert a double to a string. And let me explain to you what I mean. First off, I have a value right here. It's 0.0 and then we just have a lot of 6's and then a 7. Now the only challenge here is that if we're working with the information in Visual Basic and we have the value set to a variable, the moment that you display it, it's going to put into an exponent form. And let me show you what I mean. If I hit F5, we have the 6 point and then all the 6's, and then we have the exponent e2 0 2. Now you may not want this after you retrieve it from the cell. So in this video I'm going to demonstrate how we can remove that. So let me explain to you what the end result will be. If I go to our macros and hit run on remove exponent, this is the value that we originally get from Visual Basic, and this is the value after we remove the exponent. And this is what I'm going to show how to do in this video. So this is something that you're interested in doing. Please stick around so you can see the details. So to get started, I'm going to go to my macros, and I'm going to select edit on remove exponent. This is a macro that I have created. In order for you to create a macro like the one that's on the screen, all you got to do is go to your developers tab, select Visual Basic, and then look at your toolbar for the insert module option, or you just click the drop down arrow in case you don't see that icon and select module, not class module but just regular module. And then in here you'll just write the code sub remove exponent. I'm just going to put remove exp because I already have one that says remove exponent, and just do open parentheses, close parentheses, and hit enter, and you'll be ready to type in the code or paste it. I'm going to go to my module 1 because that's where I have my code. The very first thing that I do is set a variable that says the answer is equal to sheets, and then the name of my sheet, sheet 1, and then range A1. So all I'm doing is capturing this value right here, and I'm setting it to this variable. So here's the issue. Whenever you convert it to a string, in this case I use CSTR, that means convert string, and I convert the answer, our original variable, that's where we have the error or the issue where we get the exponent, and we don't want that. So I'm going to go on and select OK. I'm going to remove this message box and the converted answer because that's just to display to you the issue that we're trying to correct. So what we do is we do dim the converted answer as string. The converted answer is equal to convert string the answer. This is going to be the important piece right here. We look at the e minus or the exponent that we want to see if that exists first, and we use the instr function to determine that. The instr function provides us the position of e minus inside the variable that we give it. And let me give you a demonstration on the instr function. If I do message box that exit sub, that's telling us, it's giving us the number 17. So what it's telling us is that the e minus is the 17th position inside the string. I'll give you an example one more time. I'm going to put testing, and I'm going to just write e minus in here, and I'll just do a few letters afterwards. If I also do play on this, we should get the position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the starting position 8, the e minus. So if I hit F5, here we get the 8. However, if I pull out the e minus, so now the e minus is not found in here, the value is going to be 0. If I hit F5 and play this, now we get a 0. So all the instr function is telling us the position of e minus, and all we do is we place that into an if statement. So this code is only going to execute in the event where e minus is present. If it is present, the first thing that we do is get the position. E position is equal to instr, the converted answer, e minus. This is the same exact code that we used in the message box right now previously, and it's going to tell us the position of the e minus. The next thing that we do is we create a variable that says the value is equal to mid. We're looking at the converted answer variable, which is the string. We look starting from the e position plus 2 characters over, and then our end is the length of the converted answer. So let me explain to you what MID function is. MID will trim your text when you give it a starting position and an end position. Before I proceed, again, I'm going to show you what this value is. I'm going to do message box the value and hit exit sub F5. This is giving you 0, 2. And so this is pulling the exponent for you. And that's really all this is doing. I'll give you a quick demonstration on the MID function because I just want you to have a clear understanding on what the MID function is doing. If I was to do message box MID, let's just say I was to write the string testing 1, 2, 3, and if I was to put starting position 1, ending position 5, then we're going to get the first 5 characters of the string. So we should see, I'm going to do it to a 6 because if I do it with a 5, I'm going to get a funny word. So let me just do this. So now we have testing. And I'm going to just give you one more example. If I was to put starting position 4 and then ending position 6, then it starts at the 4th letter and it gives you the 6 characters after the 4th character. So that's what the MID function is doing, but what we're doing is we're starting at the E position plus 2 characters over because it's E minus, that's 2 characters. And then we just look for the complete as the ending. We put the length of the converted answer. That way it gives us room just to go all the way to the very end of the string. The next thing that we do is we convert this value into an integer, and I call that the multiplier. The multiplier is equal to convert to integer the value. So the value of 0, 2, it's just converting it to just the number 2 once it converts it to an integer. And then we do the converted answer is equal to MID, the converted answer 1, 8. All I'm doing here is I'm getting our original answer and I'm trimming it down to the first 8 characters. This is entirely up to you on how far you want to go. You can, for example, you can change this to a 5 if you only want the first 5 numbers of your original corrected answer. So again, it's up to you. In my case, I'm just going to put an 8. You can change that number if you want, though. There's no problem with that. The next thing that we do, there are all these if statements. There is a more efficient way to rewrite this, but for the purpose of this video, I wanted to give you the most easy breakdown on what this is doing. All we're doing here is this value, the multiplier. If the value is 1, we multiply the converted answer times 0.1. Just move the decimal place over to the left. And then if the answer is, if the multiplier is 2, then we multiply by 0.1 times 0.1. And then for 3, we do 0.1 times 0.1 times 0.1. And I do it all the way up to 7. Of course, we could go much further than this, but I think for the most part, Visual Basic is only going to give you the exponent up to the 2. I could be wrong, but just for the sake of this video, though, I put it all the way up to the 7. So that way, if we were to have an exponent where it says 7, we can move the decimal place 7 spaces over. And this is really all we're doing here. And then lastly, this is just the end if for if there is an E minus inside the string. If there isn't an E minus found, this code will not even be executed because then all that means is that there wasn't an exponent, so we don't even have to worry about it. The next piece of code that I have set up doesn't apply to our application, so I'm going to remove this code right here. I'm just going to leave the message box the converted answer, because this is what's going to remove the exponent. Let me go and hit F5 and give you guys that demonstration. So now we have the 0.0 and then all the 6s versus our original answer at the very top. So that has the exponent, and then we take it away. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.